Hello. Okay. So welcome. This is the Pawanmuktasana Series 1. It's a series of ancient yogic, I'll say movements, designed to help clear blockages through the system. They're called the anti-rheumatoid series, this particular set. And they're really helpful for when you have inflammation through your whole system, through people with rheumatoid arthritis, but not only limited to that. They feel fantastic. If you do them daily, that you're going to notice results. If you're needing to sit for a long time, if you're flying, if you're driving in a camper van, camping for any length of time, these are fantastic to do daily. You could do them twice daily sometimes if you really need them, or just bring in elements of them when you feel like you need to bring that movement. They're simple. Yeah, I think there's 3 parts to the Pawanmuktasana. This is part 1. Excuse me. There's not a lot of, I guess the only contraindication, or the part that you have to be aware of, is there's a couple of hip movements. And if you've had a hip replacement, obviously you know your body really well and you've had time to get used to it. So I wouldn't do it straight after any knee hip operation. You can do them in a chair. You can do them on the floor. You can do them sitting on the edge of a bed, or even on the bed, or out on the grass. Wherever you kind of feel most comfortable. Modify whenever you need to. Okay, so part 1. Part 2, which is not going to be in this video, it's in another video, that's for digestion. They're all for clearing blockages through the system. There are different contraindications for part 2. That's in another video, Pawanmuktasana 2, for digestion. And in series 3, still to come, that is for the overall energy system, unblocking blocks through the energy. So enjoy, be comfortable. No shoes. You can have socks if you want, but you may need to be taking them off through one part of this. So make sure you're comfortable. If you're sitting on the floor, you're on a little bit of height, so your pelvis is kind of already rolling forward. Traditionally, this is the starting pose. Let's just take a moment to arrive here. Often we're in this doing mode, and the hardest part, but the most important, is stopping and being. But that doesn't come so natural for us in our life. So let's take a breath in through the nose and a sigh out. Let's do that again. In breath through nose. And sigh out through the mouth. One more time. Breathe in through nose. Breathe out through the mouth for as long as you can. Elongate that out breath. Make it long. Take a little pause at the end. And then allow yourself to breathe completely natural for you. Let's take a moment to kind of internally scan the body from the soles of the feet, the toes, all the way through the inside of your body. Just notice what you're feeling already before we start. Is there pain? Is there tension anywhere? In the feet, the toes, the ankles, the legs, the lower legs, the knees, the hips. Is there pressure on your spine or you're sitting? Do you feel strain or tension anywhere? How's your upper back and shoulders and neck? Down the arms into the hands and fingers. Are you holding any tension in the jaw or the cranium or the head? Can you soften the forehead, the teeth, the jaw, the ears? The root of the tongue. What do you notice around your forehead? And maybe a little deeper inside. So we're about to begin. So gently opening the eyes. One option is to have the hands behind you, just as if you're leaning back, just chilling in the sun. So the first is for our toes. We want to keep the feet still and just point the toes away and then draw the toes toward your nose. When we move, we're not just moving our physical body. I want you to really treat this as a mindfulness and meditation. So kind of notice what's in the background in your inside world, what's getting in the way between you being completely present and conscious with this sensation of the movement from the inside out. Now, as you breathe out, as you point the toes away, breathe out. As you pull them toward you, breathe in. We're doing this 10 times. One more. Okay, now the feet, point away, exhale, pull toward, inhale, 10 times. Feel from the inside out. Take a pause, notice what you already notice. Now we're going to do ankle circles. So we're going to do outward circles of both ankles at the same time. And the challenge here is just isolating this movement to the ankles only, not the knees. Keep the knees still, keep the hips still, and just rotate the ankles. Again, 10 times. We usually repeat these exercises 5 or 10 times. Go the other way, both internally rotate. These ones are excellent if you are prone to DVT, any blood clots in the lower legs. So they keep the energy pulsating through your legs, keep that circulation moving. Pause. It's not only at the physical level though. Now we're going to go to the right, both to the right. You really have to be mindful that the hips don't want to go here. Keep the knees in line with each other, facing up to the ceiling. We'll just do 5 and then 5 the other way. Beautiful. Pause and notice what you notice. You should start to feel an energization, an awakening up through the lower legs, a buzzing, a tingling. Okay. Now the next movement you might need to modify. You can have some props if you need props. So bend the right leg first, and we're going to cross that right ankle on top. If you need extra support underneath the outside of the upper right hip, then that helps that leg stay up. Stabilizing the ankle with the right hand, and take your fingers, and this is tricky, you're going to come in from underneath the sole of your foot and thread your fingers between the toes. Press them right in and wiggle them right in like that. It might actually feel a bit uncomfortable initially, until you've done it a few times. So once you've got your beautiful grip there, that's a massage in itself for the toes, starting to create a stretch. Then start to flex and bend just the toes at that toe-knuckle joint. Just 5 times. If you want to do more, do more. Just do as many as you feel like you would like. It hurts sometimes between the toes, but also the fingers. Okay, so from here, hold the ankle however you're comfortable, and we're just going to keep that still and use your hand. It's called ankle grinders or ankle cranking. So circle the foot relative to the lower leg, so the ankle joint. Make sure there's no pressure on that knee that you're resting on, and then go the other way. Let's just do either 10 or 5 each way. You can choose. I'm just shortening it for the sake of the video, but do as many as you wish, 5 or 10. Okay, beautiful. Any other movement if you feel like more toe movements, even if here it's not part of the series, but I like to give my foot a bit of a massage there as well. That can be really helpful. And this again isn't part of the series, but you could also just do some little pressure points, and you're going to find they're quite tender. In between this internal leg bone here, which is your tibia, you'll feel the ridge come into the inside of the ridge, roll around the edge of the ridge, and then where your thumb starts to press into the muscle, and between that groove in the valley, give yourself some pressure points in through there. Just be careful if you know that you do have any DVTs. I would say probably don't do these if you know you have an active block. Wait till that block is broken down. But if you'll find, then this is going to be tender. Okay, you're in a fascial plane here, so there's a lot of nerve endings, and there's a lot of meridians that run through here. There's 3 particular meridians, and they cross over around this point here, just between the ankle and the knee, 3/4 of the way down. So there's an extra tender spot. Stay there a bit longer. Just create little tiny circular motions. Again, this is not part of the series. This is more coming into energy yoga medicine or acupressure on the meridians, but I like to add it here anyway, while your knees there, because it feels amazing. Okay, take that leg and extend it down. You're going to notice a difference in color. I notice mine's different color, and it starts to feel completely different to the other leg. The other leg now feels more asleep. What does yours feel like? Okay, bend the left knee now. Cross the left leg over, and if you need that height underneath your left hip, thread your fingers through your toes and do the little toe bends. You could do this just out in the park, sitting on a barbecue table if you want, or if you had your deck chairs and you're camping. Or on the floor on the earth is better. Okay, and now ankle circles. And the other way. And maybe give the foot a little massage if that feels right. You know, if you tended probably up the arch of your foot, going into the footwork is a whole nother area. Reflexology, working on the spine here in the arch of the foot, the organs correspond to points on the feet. So now we'll come into that ridge line here, the meridian points, or those tender acupressure points, working our way. Stay longer on areas that are tender, and you don't even need to move. If you hold still and settle into your gentle breath, you're going to notice a spreading and a change. It's funny, I must have had quite a block on this side because that foot of mine is buzzing. Usually that big buzzing feeling is often when the energy is returning. There's been something blocked and you've dislodged it in a healthy way. Again, find that really tender spot. It's about it's not quite halfway up. Still along that ridge line, pressing into the soft tissue, the inside of your calf muscle. Another kind of squeezing, massaging feeling you want to give your leg. Go for it while you're here. Okay. And release that left leg. Take your prop out. Take a moment to pause and feel. Still aware of your breathing. Okay, knee benders. So take your right hand behind your right knee. Lean back a little. Actually clasp your hands. And then here we're going to inhale as we draw that right leg back and exhale as we extend it straight. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, pumping the knee. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Continue here. 3 more. Okay, beautiful. Now stay up. Now hold behind the leg, lean back. And just do little circles here with your knee, almost like knee grinders. It's not a natural movement for the knee, so it won't be very big. And then go the other way. And then pause, slide that leg down. Change sides. Clasping the hands behind the left leg. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, draw toward. Two more. One more. And then holding behind, leaning back, little circles one way, little circles the other way. And let that leg down. Give them a little jiggle if you need to. Okay, now we come to the hip work. If you've been doing this ankle work on the floor and you have a hip replacement, you have restriction or pain, then you might like to try both. Just try this on the floor. If it's too difficult, go onto a chair or a sofa with a nice flat surface. Okay, so bending back into that position where we're in. If you want to just put that support under your hip, that can be nice. So we're going to hold the right foot with the left hand and hold and just cup your hand around the outside of your right knee. You may not get even to this point that I am. Wherever you are is fine. And we're going to stir the pot. And we're isolating into your actual literal hip joint or your femur bone joins into your acetabulum, part of the pelvis. Creating the stirring effect inside the joint. And then go the other way. And then if you can, hold it like you're holding a baby. We're going to rock the baby. Otherwise, just hold how you can. And we're just rocking side to side now. Again for your hip. Pause here. Release and let that leg down. Notice what you notice and soften into your breath. Make sure you're not holding your breath and have the breath be soft. And if you're ready, change sides. So taking that hold and let's take these circles first. Stir the pot. Click of the knee. Click again, that should happen because I went walking yesterday and coming downhill, it was very steep for a long time and I was kind of running and kind of hurt my knee a little bit. But those two little pops mean that I'm really getting the benefits out of this. That's kind of blocks releasing. And now get that airflow, that wind flow through. Pawan means wind. Let's go the other way. More. All right, if you can hold the baby, rock the baby. Otherwise, just rock it however you're comfortable. Just the side to side rock. Okay. Pause, undo, extend, and feel. Okay. So these next ones, let's take the right leg again, bend it in and place it on the inside of the foot this time. If you do need still that support underneath the hip, you won't be able to go down as far, but if you need it, just use it. So here we're going to, you can lean back and draw your knee toward the center and then let it down. Draw the knee toward the center and slowly let it down. Do that again and down. Two more. And down. If you want to do 10 of these in your own time, when you do your daily practice, you can. I'll just do a couple more. And release. Change sides. Good. And now this time, take both feet together. It doesn't have to be very close to your body. It can be quite a and we're going to do the same. Actually, we're going to take little pulses, like little butterfly wings. Maybe take your hands, if you can, inside the feet. Just let your hands run up alongside the ridges of your feet. Just little tiny flutters. You'll find you might be able to sink initially. We're working with the left and right brain, so just close your eyes, have your head in the center, and be aware of what's happening inside your brain as well. Like, what do you feel in your whole body, not just at the knees? The less interference we've got, the more smooth that communication is from the brain to the muscle and all along those neural pathways. It helps lower that electrical activity down by focusing on your breath and just resting on your breath and making your out breath longer than your in breath. It's nice to do that for some time. It's actually a good one. Okay, let the legs go long. And now if you want to sit however you're comfortable, if you're still comfortable with your legs out, keep them out. We're going to do some work with the upper body now. So for a start, let's start with our fingers. We're just going to open and close our fingers. I like to coincide this with my eyes, opening my eyes really wide. Bending and closing the fingers. Generating energy through the fingers and clearing any tension through those joints, each of the finger joints. Good. Okay, so from here, both hands face up and then down. This is for our wrist. Breathe in as you come up, out as you go down. Just strain your neck. Good. Take a little rest. Okay, so we're going to do the wrist rotations two ways. You don't have to do both. You could do one or the other, or you can do both. They're both good. So here we're going to take some circles here with just your wrists, but with open fingers. Okay, so like little open fingers here. We'll just do a few of these and then go the other way. Okay, pause, close now your thumb into your palms and let your fingers fold over your thumbs. Now I'm going to move these wrist rotations quite slowly. So you really feel if your arms are tired up, just bring them down in front of your body, wherever your arms are comfortable. Close your eyes and really feel into the movement from the inside. Try not to rush it. Both sides feel the same. And you let go your dominance on one side. Get a sort of a global sense of let's go the other way. Beautiful. Pause, hands down, take a moment to feel them. And then arms out in front of you. Let's touch the shoulders and extend. Shoulders, extend. Shoulders. Good. Take a rest. Bring the hands to the shoulders this time. Bring your elbows in front of you. We're going to take shoulder rotations. Last one. Let's go the other way now. One more and rest. Okay, let's take our neck. So just gently let the chin drop. Feel the back of the neck lengthen. If you want to take an extra breath here. When you breathe in, let the head gently roll up and gently look back. Use your eyes too. As you breathe out, chin to chest. If it feels good, hold here for one extra breath cycle in and out. And on the in breath, let your head roll back. Exhale here, chin to chest. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, looking up. One more. Exhale. Inhale. Come back into the center. Let's take the ear to the shoulder now, side bend. Exhale as you side bend. Inhale. Side bend the other way. Inhale. 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 In. One more either side. Back into center. Some rotate head just to where you feel your any tension stopping you. And then come center. And the other way. Center. 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 One more either side. Center. Okay, we're going to do little circles, but we'll keep them really small. Imagine this is your head and this is your spine. You just want to kind of move more the head on top of the spine. You don't want to move the whole neck. Okay, so keep it quite small. And then the other way when you get to the center. Pause here, notice what you notice. And if it's available to you, crossing the legs. We're going to inhale here. These are not Pawanmuktasana now. We've completed that series. We're just moving into a little bit of movement if you wish. So inhale, roll your pelvis forward, feel the squeeze in the back body. Then exhale, round through the front body. Drop your chin to your chest. Inhale, roll pelvis forward, feel a lift in the spine. Squeeze the back body back. Exhale, round and forward. And again, inhale. The lift and also a slight back bend squeeze. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Come into center. Now we're going to take the circle kind of movement where our pelvis is anchored to the floor and we're just rotating like a mortar and pestle. Just be careful of any lower back problems that you have. Keep the movement small. I probably would avoid this if you've got a protruding disc in your lower vertebra. Maybe around our 4-5 area. Exhale as you come back, inhale as you come forward. And do it sitting in a chair as well. Modified with legs if they're not comfortable. One more time. And then come the other way. Okay, we're going to do some side bending or folding. So inhale, create that arch in the back again. Turn your chest to your right thigh. Exhale and fold your chest down. You might want to straighten the left arm, almost press yourself toward the right. Bend the right arm. Hold that squeeze, hold that fold. When you feel your breath coming back in, let it raise you up. Turn and place your left chest, or your chest toward your left knee. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come back up. Time in the center. Exhale, fold. Inhale here. Maybe change the cross of your leg. One in front of the other. Inhale, come through the center. Exhale, back over your right leg, folding. You need support under your hips and knees. Put bolsters or blocks on you. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold over your left leg. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold forward. And let's hold that fold forward wherever it's comfortable for you. If you can't go very far, don't strain it. Just have the hands behind the legs and fold where you can. Beautiful. Just slowly come up. And close your eyes, sit however you're comfortable and notice how you feel from all of that practice that you've just done. As your breath becomes smoother, slower, calmer, your mind calmer. How do you feel in the body? You can stay for longer if you wanted to lay down and Just get a sense of how your body feels laying down. Just to take that few minutes in what we call Shavasana, final resting pose. Time to really let your body surrender into the earth. Just to let circulation move freely in the stillness, and it happens better in stillness. Just 5 minutes. If you want to stay longer in your Shavasana, please do. And then later, when you're finished, the best way to get up is gently bending the knees and rolling to the side, and give yourself a hug on your side. And then use your hands to press your way all the way to sleep. And there you have it, Pawanmuktasana with some additional movement. Thank you for practicing, and let me know if you want me to do more. Namaste.